Namaste. I'm Archana Pammi. Welcome back to my channel. This sequence is recommended for those who are runners, probably do brisk walking or jogging, or even somebody who just wants to do a leg day kind of a thing for those who are even practicing yoga. The set of asanas that we're going to be doing in the next 30 to 40 minutes are focused on gently stretching and relaxing the tendons and the joints by passive stretching, your quads, your hamstrings in particular, and as a result of that, a gentle stretch for your low back and a little bit of hip mobility in terms of opening of the hips. So all you need is a mat and a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can always use a belt or a scarf, which is a little long, so that you can hold your leg. I'll tell you why this is useful because that way, when you hold your leg, when you are trying to stretch the hamstrings and everything, there will be a gentle stretch and you will not be hurting your back in an attempt to reach for their foot. So when we are doing that, we will talk about it. The first one, you don't need a strap. So we're going to start by lying down on the mat and we're going to do a quad stretch. So we are doing a lying quad stretch. So once you lie down facing the front of the mat, you slowly bring the right leg, bend the right knee, bring the foot towards your hip. Use your right hand to bring the foot towards your hip. And you can just place the left hand in front of your forehead and you can rest your head facing towards the right side. Staying here for about a minute. Keep breathing. So the goal here is to get the feet towards the hip. But if it is not happening, don't force it and overstretch your quad muscles and your joints. What you are trying to do is actually give the pressure to your right ankle, a light force or restriction, such that it's moving towards the hip and not away from the hip. And that should help you feel the stretch in the quad. Last few breaths here. And slowly release. And switch to the other side. And we're going to slowly bend the left knee, bring the left foot towards the hip. Use your left arm to wrap around the ankle and bring it closer. The right arm is in front of you and your forehead can rest on it. As I mentioned, give the gentle force near the ankle such that your feet is pressing towards your hip. Stay here and keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. If you don't keep breathing, you're not doing anything. Conscious breathing. Deep inhale and exhale. And slowly release. Now, now I am doing this for almost like a minute and a half, but feel free to extend it. The best benefit is when you are holding at least for a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes. Then you're not just working the quad muscles, but also those joints and ligaments which are connecting your muscles to the bone. So they also, with the gentle heat that you give by holding the posture for a long time, they become more supple and they are lubricated even better. So try to hold as long as possible, minimum of a minute or two. So moving on to the next one, getting back up on our fours, kneeling. The next one that we're going to do is an hamstring stretch, or what is generally referred to as Ardha Hanumanasana. So from the kneeling posture, bring right leg forward. Now continuing to stay here, your hip is stacked above the left knee. Slowly extend the right leg forward. So you're stretching the back side of the right leg, and you could just place your hands on the opposite side of the right leg and gaze forward. You could keep it straight so that you're not bending your back and your hip, but I like to add that little bit of a forward pelvic tilt as well to this. And again, stay here. You could point your leg for a deeper stretch. You can curl your toes to extend the lower half of the leg even more. So find what works best for you, or you could even keep, gently rocking back and forth to feel that. Once you've felt what works best for you, then you stay there for about a minute and a half. Couple of more breaths here. And if you are comfortable, then you can proceed into full Hanumanasana, just the split, and that will also help extend a little bit further into your quads of the left leg. So you can slightly move forward, and even if you're not going for the full split, you can just hang here and just feel that stretch happening near the left leg, the quad, and also near the hip. Now, this is going to help open up the hip a little bit more, so you can keep sliding here back and forth to feel that going. And then slowly bring the leg back. Now, what I like to do before I move it to the next side is something called as toe taps. So just extend the right leg behind, keep the toes on the mat, keep pushing the heels away from the leg. So that will give a good stretch of the front of the leg as well as the back side of the leg in case you overstretched yourself or while moving did something wrong. That will gently ease out any tension there. Switching over to the left side, bring the left leg forward and slide the foot a little bit ahead. You could keep the toes curled in towards the leg or pointed depending on what that stretch feels like for you. There should be some amount of tension but not too much of pain, so adjust accordingly. If your foot is too forward, bring it back. If you feel there is no tension, no stretch happening, then move it a little forward. Find what works best for you. And once you're in the position, like I mentioned in the beginning, you can do a little bit of rocking back and forth to release any tension, any stiffness. And then once you find that point where there is gentle pressure, just keep at it. Keep breathing. and slowly releasing again, like I did with the other leg. You can slowly move a little bit forward to go into that split, sliding back and forth. I'm not going into a full split, I'm just working up the quad of the other side and trying to open up the hips a little bit by doing this action. Then, once you're done, slowly slide the leg back, and again to release any undue stress on the leg. Toe tap the left leg, place the left leg extended behind, toes pressing into the mat, heels pushing away from the leg, and release. So we started with two. One is the lying quad stretch, and the other one is the hamstring and the calf stretch with the Ardha Hanumanasana. Next, what we'll do is we'll do a reclined leg stretch. So we will extend what we have done even further by stretching the entire back of the leg, but ensuring that the back is straight. So that way, when you form that shape, the L shape, there's complete stretch on both the sides, on your entire back side of the body. So now we're going to be doing leg stretches. So we're going to lie down on our back. So let's start by using some strap. Just using my bag's strap. I forgot my yoga strap, but you could use any belt or anything, or even a scarf, whatever you feel comfortable. Just that when you're holding the leg, you're not going to be putting too much of pressure on your lower back. So let's get started. Let's lie down on our back. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with the right leg. So gently inhale, lift the right leg up. As you extend it, use a strap to hold the leg. So you're actually extending the hamstring and the calf behind. Yeah. So what I prefer to do here is use my left arm to hold very close to the strap towards the feet, and use my right arm to hold the strap at the bottom edge. This strap is little you could adjust in such that you can place your right elbow on the mat. So that way there is not too much pressure on your arm as well as you're holding your leg up. Now you could stay here with the other leg bent if you would like a little bit of more opening of your quads on the left leg, and also near your hips. You could extend the left leg flat on the mat. And we're going to stay here for about a minute. It's roughly a minute. You can stay here for as long as you would like, minimum of 3 minutes, and you can go to a maximum of 5 minutes. That's when actually you're not just working the muscles but also the joints. But remember one most important thing, that while you are in this pose, you continue to stay focused on your breathing. As you inhale and as you exhale, your muscles relax. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my right hand up and bring the left arm down. The reason why I'm doing that is we are going to open the leg to the right side, outer stretch. So what we are doing right now is leg stretch 1, the straight. Leg stretch 2 is where you are opening it out to the right side. Now please ensure that your back is laying completely flat on the mat. Do not lift up in the action of trying to open the leg. And even if your leg doesn't go fully to the mat, like you can see, or to the floor, you can just keep it wherever it is. That's the amount of extension your hips are allowing. So just stay here, support it. You can place the right elbow again on the mat or on the floor so that it stays supported. Another minute here. Slowly inhale, lift the leg up. Now I'm going to switch again to the left hand as we're going to do leg stretch 3, which is again crossing over the left leg. So the right leg going towards the left edge. Again, ensure that one hip is on the mat, and your back, your shoulders are still on the mat. Don't roll over. There is a light twist here in the lower back as you do this, bring your leg to the other side. And again, place your left elbow on the mat so you're supporting the leg if it is not going completely down to the mat. And don't push because you might end up overstretching here and twisting your lower back. So just find the point where you feel a little bit of pain, not too much pain, and just stay there. Keep breathing. And slowly release. And then bend the leg, bend both the legs. Before we switch into the other side, you can just drop your knees, touching each other feet a little bit wide, and just relax the leg if you feel like that was too much of a stretch. Just take a couple of breaths here. I am just relaxing because I'm just looking at the trees, and there are a couple of butterflies flying really high, so I'm just enjoying that. Fortunately, I can't show you that right now. So now let's switch over to the left leg. So again, extend the left leg as you inhale. Use your right palm, the opposite hand, to hold closer to the feet, and your left palm to hold the other edge of the strap and hold it, place it on the mat. So this way there is full extension, and the opposite hand ensures that the leg is not opening or moving anywhere. Um, just focusing on extending the back set of your muscles, and then slowly extend the right leg once you find comforting position there. Keep breathing, deep breaths, long exhalations. Slowly shifting the left hand to the top of the leg as we do the open stretch, just leg to stretch, and I'm opening up the leg to the left hand side, and ensure that your hips are on the mat, your back is rested, shoulders are on the mat. The leg goes out as far as it can, don't push it. The rope is to help hold it in place, and it's a passive hold. You can do the same thing by using your arms, holding a three-finger grip. That is even more a deep stretch. You may not be able to hold it for more than 30 seconds or 15 counts of breaths, cycles. But this way you can stay here for almost 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. And slowly bringing it over, crossing it now to the other side, crossing it over the right leg. Now your right elbow is on the mat, your right hip is on the mat, your left hip, depending on your flexibility, may be over. In my case, it's not flexible enough to bend across, so I lift the left hip. The right hip still stays grounded, adding to a light back, lower back twist, gentle supine twist. Keep breathing. Inhale, soft exhale, long exhale. Slowly lift the leg up and then release. Again, bring the other leg, bend the knees. You can drop both the knees touching each other, feet a little bit apart. So let them relax, let your legs relax. If you'd like, you can open the knees and you could do a little bit of windshield wiper motions, just dropping the knees side to side, gently releasing any lower back tension or any spasm in the upper leg, near the thigh, the hamstrings. We're going to do the next one called as the IT band stretch. So that is iliotibial band. I often don't get the name right. I guess I am right this time, but so it's the muscle here which joins one of the largest muscles which joins the legs to the hips, and very important for mobility, things like running and everything, and walking. That is the muscle that gets worked the most. So we're going to relax it a little bit and stretch it. So just inhale, lift the right leg, place the right feet just below the left knee, opposite leg. Both the legs are bent, so you start and then you inhale and place it here. Gently lift your hips and move to the right as we drop the leg to the left side. So your feet is laying flat on the mat and use your left palm to wrap around the heel of the left foot, sorry, the right foot, opposite hand, opposite leg. Now, if you find that the feet is not touching the floor, you can place it on top of your knee, or you can place a block or a cushion or something and then place it there. Um, you stay here. Your shoulders are again lying flat on the mat. There is a gentle twist lower back, but if possible, try to bring the action of placing the hip on the mat. That's when you'll actually feel the stretch on the muscle. So don't lift it off too much. Even if it is a little bit off the mat, it's okay, but keep trying to push it flat. Staying here for about roughly a minute. Keep breathing, inhale, long exhalations. It's only with long exhalations your nervous system relaxes, so your muscles tend to relax and they will be able to stretch a little bit more. And when you're holding it as long as your muscles relax, then the ligaments, the joints that are connected to these muscles will also relax. So that's why we hold long holds, and slow breaths make a lot of difference, especially exhales. Now, slowly inhale, lift the leg back up, and then lift your hips and bring them back to center. Release the foot. Now, again, if you'd like to take a moment here, just drop your knees together, feet apart, and just relax for a couple of breaths. Doing this helps relax the muscles that are extended a little bit more, just because there's no stretching or anything that is happening. They're just rested. And we will switch over to the other side. Starting with the left side now, you place the left foot on top of the right leg. It's just a few centimeters or inches below the right knee. Now inhale, lift the hips and move to the left side and drop your leg to the right side. So I'm trying to use my right palm to hold the foot down and opening up the knee so the left hip is pressing into the mat as much as possible. It's not lifting, you don't want to be rolling like this. You want your shoulders to be on the mat, back flat, and your hips also going towards the mat as much as possible. And stay here and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Again, slowly releasing from this pose. Inhale, lift the legs up, move your hips, drop the foot down. Again, relaxing. Place the knees together, feet apart. Legs are still bent. And you can place your palms on your belly. Just keep breathing. So the last one that we're going to be doing is known as the uh, cat pulling its tail pose. There's a particular reason why we're going to do that. It's called that because you're going to be lying down. You're going to the what you're going to do is you're going to stretch quads on one side and the hamstrings on the other leg. So one is going to be bent back, the other is going to be extending forward, and this is going to be done lying down again. You don't need a prop, but if you're finding it difficult to get a grip on your feet and then extend the leg, then you can of course use a strap or a belt or anything to hold the leg. So let me start with the right side first. So I'm just going to lie down on the right side here. Um, so what I want you to do is bend the right leg. So when you're doing the right side, you're working the right quad, but extending the left leg forward and working the left hamstring. So I'm lying down here. As you can see, I'm bending the right knee, using my palms to wrap around the foot and bend it behind and place it. So this is going to extend the right side of the quad muscle. Now I'm going to wrap around the left foot and then bring the left leg forward. Now here you can actually press your shoulders behind and extend and open and keep in this pose for cat pulling its tail. So this is working both the quad as well as the hamstrings at the same time. If you find this intense, you can just hold your leg anywhere, maybe just hold the calf or anything and just extend it. But if you can, go for the three finger grip. Staying here like we do with all other passive in poses. 1 minute or more. Keep breathing, gentle exhalation, long exhalation. Now slowly release the left leg. That way, then you can release the right leg. And we're going to switch over to the other side. Um, you don't have to get up, but I am going to so that you can see the left leg as well from the front angle. So lie down on your left side. Once you are lying down, you can bend the left leg, use your right palm to wrap the feet behind and extend the quad, and use your left palm to wrap the right feet and bring it forward. So we are stretching the left leg quad muscles and also stretching the right leg's hamstring and the calf muscle. Try to bring your shoulders as close as to the mat, both the shoulders lying or moving towards the mat, not rolling forward or rolling back. That's the best way to stretch. And another best way is to keep breathing. Inhale and exhale. And slowly release the right leg, the left leg. So you could stop with these leg stretches and then probably wind up with Shavasana. I'm going to do one more stretch for the lower back because when you're running, your entire body, upper body is, being worked, especially around your hips. So this also gets a lot of tension, running or walking or anything when you're trying new. I've trying to learn running past 1 month or so, and I do feel the only pain that I feel is mostly in my lower back. So I prefer to stretch it out as well. The best again is done lying down. So lie down on your back. What we are going to do is known as the happy baby pose. So simple. Just inhale, lift both the legs up, get a three-finger grip on the big toes, and extend your legs. So we're just going to stay here for about a minute. Now this will nicely stretch the lower back. So don't try to, if you find it difficult to get a grip on this, don't try to lift your body or anything. Just let them stay there. You can just place your arms, giving pressure below your knees, on your thighs, or just holding them wherever you find comfortable such that they're not moving too much. But if you can get a three-finger grip, nothing like that. Some people even like to hold the sole of the feet, hold cross. You can do whatever you want. Try a lot of options. You can bring one leg down, you can extend, you can do all sorts of things, open up the hips, but just holding here and staying here is the best way. to stretch out your lower back and relax it. So just keep breathing here for about a minute. Slowly release your legs down. And we're going to stretch out into Shavasana. Extend your legs. Drop your arms by your body. Arms facing up. Your back relaxed. Your chin slightly tucked in towards your chest. So your neck is also extended and relaxed. Close your eyes and engage in deep abdominal breathing. As you inhale, continue to inhale till you feel your abdomen lift. If you would like to get a feel of it, you can place your left palm on top of your belly and your right palm on top of your chest, the cold hand to the belly and the hot hand to the chest as we do this. So you could, if you'd like to, warm up the digestion fire, you could use the right hand and the left hand to the chest. Keep it cold, whatever works best for you. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, feel them collapse completely. Don't have to use your palms to push or lift. It's more to just feel that they are moving up and down. That shows how deep your breath is. Few more breaths here. Deep abdominal breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Feel your chest lift into your palms, your abdomen lift into your palms. And as you exhale, feel them drop down, collapse. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now you may release your hands and just relax. Gently move your fingers, your toes, your legs side to side, arms side to side. You can bring your arms above your head as you inhale. You can bring your legs together, extend your entire body, stretch, lengthening. and slowly release. Roll to the side, to the right side, and then sit up. All right. So that was a whole sequence on leg day, so called for people who do running, who dance, who walk, brisk walk, sprinting, and everything, or you play games. Um, these gently stretch the not just the muscles, even the joints when held a little bit longer than a minute or two. So we started with a quad stretch, then we tried to do the hamstring stretch. Lying first, we started with the lying quad stretch, then the hamstring stretch, then even tried splits as much as possible, and then moved into leg stretches, the one which is straight, and then to the right, and then to the opposite side, one, two, and three. Each one held for about a minute, and use a strap so that you are not trying to get a three finger grip when you're trying to do this. Your legs don't stretch completely if your arms are short, or you end up hurting your back in an effort to try and reach the grip. I prefer using a strap so it is relaxed and there is not much of tension in the back or your arms and everything. So the main thing is to stretch this part with support. So do use a strap, or if you don't have a strap, you can always use a scarf. Just hold it like this. Just use anything to help hold so that you're not stressing yourself. That was the leg stretches, and then finally we did the IT band or the iliotibial band stretch by just twisting and placing the foot down. Again, if when you're doing that twist, if your feet is not resting, you place it on the knee. I wouldn't recommend placing it on the knee. It's better to place some cushion or block and then do it. But if you don't have anything, then yeah, place it on the knee. Because you're still getting the same action of extending these muscles. Finally, before that was the cat pulling its tail, another intense quad and then hamstring stretch, and you are also working your arm strength to try to grip both of them together. Um, Finally, light back bend. So you could also lie down and do a simple knee to chest pose. That also helps stretch the back. These poses help stretch the lower back, which gets worked the most when you do running and everything. I highly recommend that you do this after you have run. At least spend 30 seconds in each if possible. But if you have a lot of time, I would recommend you doing long holds. You may not feel the difference now, but if you're not doing this cool down set of stretches, or you use them before and warm them up, either way, you will find a lot of pain and trouble as you age. Your muscles tend to become very rigid and overworked. They never tend to relax gently. So remember to do this as often as possible. And the only way this works its magic is when you're focused on your breathing. Because if you're holding it and you're not breathing and holding yourself tight, the entire nervous system is going to think that you are in some sort of difficult position and make it even more difficult for the muscles to relax. You want them to relax, for them to stretch better and be lubricated even better. So that was about the leg day. Let me know your feedback and suggestions in the comment section. Namaste.